Welcome to Phase 2. I hope you watched Phase 1 because that's where all the context is. I've just acquired Clay from San Diego, and our first stop was a small tourist trap town called Julian. Apparently a very highly rated place because of its old Western style themes, but really all I saw was endless swarming crowds of literally multiple thousands of incessant human beings. We waited in line for over an hour to get some pie. And that's really the main problem with California, the people. Not necessarily the kind of people, but just that there are so many of them. For example, there are more people that live in Los Angeles County alone than live in 42 entire other states. That is a lot of people. So this is way out of my comfort zone. But on the other hand, there really is no place like the West Coast. In this video, you'll see our journey through pretty much the whole state. Can the XJ survive California, perhaps its greatest trial yet, in Operation Ultimate Phase 2? Our mission itinerary for this one revolves around the California experience. I tried to hit all of my wish list places here in the 7 days we have before the eclipse in Oregon. We're going to check out the Griffith Observatory, which overlooks Los Angeles so I can see it without having to go there. Of course, the Hollywood sign, and then I've scoped out a set of Renix gauge clusters for cheap that I can use for that Comanche I bought a while back, and for Kyle SVT who could use a tachometer in his XJ. A short drive up Highway 101 to this epic-looking bridge where we'll then route to San Francisco. We've bought tickets to tour Alcatraz Island, and it's an awesome place on its own, but if you've played Black Ops 2 back in the day, you might remember the Zombies mode map that takes place there in an apocalyptic endless time loop. It was called Mob of the Dead, and it was an iconic video game masterpiece I've played for countless hours. I know this map so well, and having been there in virtual rendition, I am absolutely stoked to actually go to the real prison and see it for myself. After Alcatraz, we'll keep heading north and drive through the Redwood Forests, and if we can survive these kind of gas prices, end in Florence, Oregon, where Bryant has reserved a campsite by the sand dunes. But first, I had to make a quick stop in Palm Springs, literally just to go see the giant statue of Marilyn Monroe. I mean, come on. My whole life has been leading to this moment. Yeah.
The YMCA.
Clay, no, they're indoctrinating you. Stop.
So much fun!
They got them from the Chum Bucket. They got all these headsets from the Chum Bucket. They may as well be saying all hail plankton. How is that soap? Body care? Why are you gonna make soap look like I should be able to eat it? I think I know what's going on here, Clay.
Yeah.
We don't have enough money to be in this town. Dude. They got like every shade ever.
Every kind of shade.
Yes. This is the dawn of creation. This is where everything started. Look, it's the same. We've come all this way, and we finally have the answer. Whatever the answer may be.
Sunglasses at Palm Springs.
Alright, Clay. So,
I guess this is the smokeless room.
yeah, this is the smoke-free room, as you can see, because they've removed the smoke detector, therefore there's no smoke in here. And then they got a plastic bag over the sprinkler, like the fire suppression system. This looks like an OSHA violation in the works. How do you feel about our first hotel?
Feel very tired.
We're gonna die in here. We ended up in a hotel near San Bernardino in some very sketchy area, so when I slept that night, I was on high alert. I was woken up at 1 a.m. by the distinctive sound of shattering glass and rushed to the window fearing one of our vehicles had been broken into. From my second floor overlook, I couldn't see anyone in the parking lot nor any vehicles broken into. Maybe I was just hearing things, said Clay, who wasn't woken up by this disturbance and called me crazy the next morning. Call me crazy, but there was a maintenance guy installing a brand new window in a room 2 doors over, so somebody ain't getting their deposit back. So we headed over to the outskirts of Los Angeles and drove up this really steep hill with both incredible views and amount of people. To park at the observatory costed probably $500 and it was completely packed anyway, so we continued down the mountain towards free parking. That would mean we'd have about a mile hike uphill to get there, but with Clay and his military experience with me, I figured we could do it. I have no idea, it's backwards. Idiot plane driver, should have been flying the other way. No,
No one can raid your side, bro. Backward.
Dude, imagine living in Raid on Black Ops 2. That's literally what that building is. That's Raid. You remember the Black Ops 2 map?
Yeah.
What have I got myself into? It was a pretty nice place where you could see Coruscant from Star Wars. When we were done there, we went to this train museum / park thing place because I saw it had free admittance. When I was younger, I was the biggest fan of Thomas the Train, so I dragged Clay along and he had to listen to me ramble about 1800s technology for a while. So I've never seen a train quite like this, but this is like pretty much a see-through internal combustion engine. So these are the pistons, and they have the connecting rods that go right here. And these are what turn this crankshaft around. And then the crankshaft has the gears that connect to the wheels. That is so interesting. Okay, look at this. We got this classic old car.
Yeah.
And it says automobile slogans of yesteryear. And whenever I say shit like that, everybody's like, that's not a word, bro. Well, look at this. We then headed north to meet the guy with the gauge clusters, and he actually just kind of had a rear slider window for a Comanche just laying around that nobody wanted, and tossed that in for free. So I got 3 clusters and an MJ window for $30, on the note that some of the gauges on the clusters don't work, so later I'll have to take them apart and try to make one good one from the pieces of the others. Known to cause California in the state of cancer. This honestly isn't that bad. The most expensive I've seen so far was $660. We slept at a rest stop that night and went straight west to the coast the next day, because somewhere at some point I'd heard about this really old bridge over here. Highway 101 was on a cliffside. You look inland and all you see is a vertical rock wall. Turn the other way and it's just endless ocean. It was here that my phone decided to start doing this new cool thing where it just doesn't start recording sometimes, so that's awesome. Alright guys, look, it's the edge of the map. You can't go any farther west than this, so watch what happens if I step over here. Oh shit, gotta get back in the combat zone. Okay, we're good. Incredible. Look at this, man. I feel like there was some movie filmed here. I don't know. It looks almost Lord of the Ringsy, aside from the Tesla trying to perform an 80-point turnaround right here on a one-way path. Well, California traffic, what do you have to say for yourself? We ended up in Berkeley, California, which is just across the bay from San Francisco. We played Mob of the Dead and completed the Easter egg, of course, in preparation for our grand adventure tomorrow.
Here we go, Clay.
With the weasel.
No, I didn't do nothing. Not the bad guy.
I'm not the bad guy. You're the bad guy.
I had a feeling.
I just wanted that.
I've broken the cycle.
I thought that was it for sure.
No more popcorn. What? Why not? We did it, Clay. We win.
We did win.
We beat Alcatraz at Alcatraz.
Legendary moment.
Oh god. Right there. Mob of the Dead, baby. Oh yeah.
All the ominous clouds in the background is so cool.
Woo. Oh. Wow. That's a better view of the island there. Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh god.
Oh.
Okay. Chill. We're chilling. We made it. Only 120 more seconds of this.
Wow. It's like New York.
Yeah.
I've never been to New York, but I've seen Spider-Man. Somebody's got a little hideout up here on this roof. That's cool, man. So this parking garage is the same building as the police station, which is why I chose to park here. Because San Francisco has a thing of car break-ins. It's kind of like what they're known for, I guess. So hopefully we can avoid that. This is incredible, man. And we're just at a goddamn parking garage. I gotta take it all in.
Oh yeah.
It's bound for San Diego.
Bro. Dude, it is just like in the game. You can barely see it in the distance. Wow. It's like the 4th of July. Okay, boys, this is where Jug is, right up against this wall. See, there's the fence that you walk down these little stairs to. Oh my god, yeah, the gate to the tunnel. Oh, the afterlife box is right there.
Dude, we gotta go down there.
Oh, we absolutely do. You got 2,000 points?
Of course.
I remember this taste. It changes you somehow.
Oh, dude. What? Oh my god.
I'm spooked.
Dude, in the game you can never open these. Oh, it's bolted shut. Damn.
Yeah, I don't think you can open them now.
Dude, I was hopeful. Look at this. Wow. Yeah, this is the generator room right here. Except there's no generators in here anymore, at least. They turned it into a gift shop. So as you can see, because we are currently in an unplayable area, we've got this unrendered building right here. It doesn't even have the texture for the windows or the roof or anything.
I'm not ready to give up. Insta-kill. We have the upper hand, but trust me, not gonna last.
Oh my god.
This should speed up the inevitable. Look, these different parts go together to make a shield.
So this is where you enter the map in Blood of the Dead in Black Ops 4. You are instead directed over here, but you come through this door. Oh, there's the bridge over there. Oh my god, this is so cool. This is it. This is where the double points is, and the map of the prison with the plan. So this was solitary confinement.
I feel like I'm back from a ship right now, dude.
Yeah.
I'm getting like vertigo. Oh, that's weird.
Behind bars and behind a door with no light for hours at a time.
Where are we going from here? Where do we go? Are we all blinded by fear? How do we know? How do we know? Where do we go? Where do we go? How do we know? Where do we go? Where are we going from here? How do we know? Where do we go?
I can't change the past. I wish I could, but I just can't.
Am I stuck here until I see the error of my ways? Until I repent? Well, you're gonna have to wait a long time, because I don't regret a damn thing!
Don't worry, I've got a plan for escape, because right about here, on a string, is the warden's key.
Hey, guy, you want to bag a nice shooter? Let's put a chalk outline on the wall.
This was the coolest thing either of us have ever done. I mean, to someone who never played Mob of the Dead, sure, it would be a cool experience, but it would lack the emotional weight that map carried. The tone here is somber and hopeless, and Treyarch did a magnificently perfect job at capturing that in-game through the soundtrack, the characters, and the environment. It perfectly conveys what it's like to be here, in the prison, where no one escapes alive. When it got dark, most of the people left, and when the walls were quiet save for the echoes of conversation down the cell block, I legitimately just sat on a bench in the library and listened to the soundtrack from the game. I really felt like I was there, this place I've never been to but know so well. It probably wouldn't make sense to someone who'd never played it. Me and Clay were enthralled by everything, taking pictures of just a random blank wall because that's where something is in the game. But in the infirmary, the staff told us it was time to go. They were closing up shop for the night, and all us tourists had to leave the island. But since we were the last ones out, one of the staff members asked us, whose idea was it to come here? We're like, we both just came here because of a video game. You know, it was a mutual want. And she's like, oh, well, I guess you'll have to decide who gets to lock the door for the night. And I'm like, it's me. It was my idea. I'm doing it. They gave me the key, not knowing I had already acquired my own earlier, and let me actually lock the door to the hospital.
The other way, I think. Yeah. Oh.
Okay. I didn't know it had to turn all the way. I see. Okay.
There you go.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now that was awesome. It was like 10 p.m., and after walking around the island for like 5 hours, we were pretty exhausted. But I had one more objective. We had to drive across the Golden Gate Bridge, which wasn't captured all that well at night, but it was cool regardless.
What a day it was today. Wow.
Wow. The real thing. There she is.
On the way to its overlook, we had to drive through this one-way tunnel, which was pretty unique.
I know it's hard to see. I'll put a picture up though. It's one of the most iconic bridges in the world. And a nice little overlook spot here. Maybe If this jackass shut off his headlights, I could get a nice cinematic picture of the Jeep.
This is it. This is the. Wow. Oh, that looks so cool. Here she is, boys. The XJ made it to the Golden Gate Bridge. Incredible.
The next day was all driving until we found a rest stop that actually had a working payphone, so I had to try it out. I called the one person I knew would pick up.
Come on, Tuba. I know it looks like a scam number.
But he didn't pick up. In a few places, there are trees so massive you can drive a vehicle through them. And of course we had to check that off the bucket list.
Not worthy, exactly. That's what you get for driving an obnoxiously ginormous truck that has no practical purpose, bro. Alright, let's show them how it's done, Clay. Oh yeah, and on today's episode of Guess the New Noise. We can't worry about that right now. Look at this. Whoa. Can't even see the top of that thing. Think we got it, Clay? Is your side clear? We got plenty of room, bro. We got like a half a foot on either side. Whoa. That's cool, bro. That's awesome. Yeah.
I hit the passenger mirror. It is tight in there, but that's cool. Did it look cool?
There's a couple places in the Redwoods you can drive through a tree, and this one had a cozy gift shop we hung around in for a while, watching people attempt to drive the most ridiculous things imaginable through that tree.
She's got to take a picture for him of him driving through the tree. Don't you know? Anything will fit if you're brave enough. Come on, JL guys. You're holding up the line.
You can do it.
Yeah, there we go.
Every other tourist out here with their 2020 and newer cars were more afraid of scratching their precious paint than anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, just barely, man. It looks like that tree was made just for him.
You gotta look through that tree, buddy.
Dude, look at that dog. Just drove through that tree over there.
That dog also did it.
Oh my god. Dude, no wonder nobody's crashing. They're letting their dogs drive. Humans can't drive worth a shit. Alright, Clay. I'm gonna give you 4 multiple choice questions. Or I mean answers to a question. Okay? Of what you think this new noise is. Alright?
Okay.
With the heat shield?
Yes.
Okay.
Isn't it great? We're stranded. No, I'm just kidding. Looks like my muffler heat shield finally fell off. It's been scraping on the drive shaft for a little bit. So I gotta get this out of here. Hopefully this doesn't cause any fires.
Oh god. What the fuck?
Yeah, it decided to fall off at this particular moment. Well,
Okay.
I guess that officially means the trip has not gone flawlessly. This is mechanical failure number 1. Damn.
When I plan a trip, I always scope out how much everything's going to cost, like food and hotels, admission tickets, souvenirs, etc. Under my prediction for cost of mechanical failures, I put $0 because I had the absolute utmost faith and certainty this 20-year-old Jeep with 280,000 miles on it would drive around the entire country flawlessly. The muffler heat shield was definitely a scary moment, Luckily, it's among the least important things that can fail on a vehicle. I was able to fix the scraping noise issue by removing it. Wow, I know, vast mechanical knowledge over here. At least it wasn't the starter again. That was a real test. But the muffler heat shield incident made me torque down the starter bolts again, just in case. Because you never know. The Redwood Forests of Northern California occupy a huge land area along Highway 101, and pretty much the entire time I was here I had the Skyrim soundtrack playing because it was beautiful. We drove along the Avenue of the Giants, an alternate route of 101 that goes a bit deeper into the forest.
It's so quiet. This is really something, man. Oh my gosh. And it just opens up like that. This is so cool.
And Howland Hill Road, which is a borderline off-road trail, only one lane of gravel, winding through the hills, far, far away from civilization. This was the California I came for. The trees were so tall and the leaves so thick, you couldn't see the sky in most places. Sunlight never reaches the ground down here, and it was a good 15-20 degrees colder than the open areas. The trees create their own secluded realm, insulated from the rest of the world. This was a magical place, because for once, we were not at this particular landmark or this specific historical spot. It wasn't a survey line or a border. It wasn't somewhere something famous happened. We were just in this world, and it was incredible.
On the forest moon of Endor, you can hear the speeder bikes in the distance as the stormtroopers chase down the rebels on their way to destroy the Death Star shield generator.
We had stayed overnight at a rest stop in the Redwoods where it got down to like 35 degrees, a very stark contrast to the 110 I had in the desert on the way over. On day 12, we had made it to the Oregon state line, having officially survived California. You might remember last time I was here, it was illegal to pump your own gas, but that law actually recently got revoked, so Clay unfortunately didn't get the true experience.
Alright, Clay. You are among the first people in Oregon to pump their own gas. Can he figure it out? Or is there a reason this was illegal? Oh my god. It's just like it is everywhere else.
So me and Clay spent that night in a hotel and continued north to Florence the next morning. Bryant had to work all day, he would arrive later, but in the meantime we stocked up on food and firewood and crammed it all in the Jeep.
God damn, dude. I am like 700 pounds over the factory payload capacity of this thing. And these leaves are brand new. I literally replaced them right before I left. She's doing it!
The campsite wasn't much more than a glorified parking spot with a fire pit, but nearby were the sand dunes, endless rolling hills of sand you can just go drive on. In the next video, we'll go out there to hopefully see the eclipse. While me and Clay were setting up camp, Nathaniel suddenly appeared out of literally nowhere and would follow us on our adventures from here on out.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo, smoking. Look at this machine.
Hello.
Eventually, Bryant showed up, and we gathered around the campfire, having successfully completed Phase 2 of Operation Ultimate. Would the shoreline clouds obscure the eclipse? Could the XJ handle the sand dunes? Would it even make it back home from here? That remains to be seen in Phase 3.